Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Have a little toddler that I was taking care of. But right now, welcome to our stream. I'm going to be inviting my co-host as well with me, my buddy Judge. Judge, what's going on, Judge? Say hello to the people.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight?
All right. So we're going to be playing some Welcome To. Let me see if I got my box here. I do. So we're going to be playing Welcome To tonight, the Halloween edition. All right. I'm going to also see if I can get my my chat up on the side here. Make sure everybody's in, see who's in. So Welcome To is a flip and right and roll and right, in essence, game. Looks like Carlos is with us. What's going on, Carlos?
What's up, Carlos?
So it's a flip and right. Essence, it's part of the roll and write genre. It's very simple, super fast, very easy to play. We figured with Halloween tomorrow, some people aren't maybe big Halloween people, but some people, who do enjoy Halloween, sometimes it's like a Halloween themed game. So for this, we decided to go with the Halloween map right here. Got a couple of the Halloween maps for those that maybe don't have a printer to print it off. We posted it in our Facebook group chat. It's actually also in the comments down below of our Facebook, our YouTube comments. Down below in the description, you'll be able to actually get a link to a Dropbox file that we created to print out the sheet. If you don't have that, there also is links down below for the app version, whether it's iOS or Android, and I'll tell you, it works very fast. It calculates everything for you. You don't have to worry about doing any of the numbers crunching. I know with me, I like to say that I'm good with numbers, but honestly, when it comes to working in social work for so long, you forget how to do math. But the game's fairly simple. We do have the stream of our playmat here. You're going to see how this works. Everything's going to be separated out for you. I'll go through the rules as we do, but I'm actually going to give it a little bit more time, see if anybody else jumps in. I'm going to start setting up the board state. So how the game pretty much works is we're going to have three different scoring sections right here. So I'm going to actually get one from number 1, one for number 2, and you're going to get one from the Halloween expansion. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these up and select one. And these are just scoring objectives that must be completed during the game. Okay, so the first one will be this one here. This is going to mean that you have to have fill a house on all three blocks, we say. And you have to fill in the end house on every single block. Block 1, block 2, and block 3 have to have a filled in numbered house on both of the furthest left and the furthest right house. So that's going to be the first objective for people to get. And how these objectives work for those who may not have played Welcome To, what it's going to work is in the chat. When you do get it, if you are the first person to get it, you'll get 7 points. And then after you get it, it will flip over, and then any subsequent player after that can get the 4 points. All right, so only the first person to get it gets the 7 points. Now, it's always going to work on the round that cards are drawn, that you actually get a chance to write numbers into your map. So there can be multiple people that get it in the same round, so they'll get the 7. So we're going to do a second scoring objective. And this one here is you have to have a 4-house estate and 3 different 1-house estates. And I'll explain how estates work shortly. So 1 4-house estate and 3 1-house estates. And then we're going to shuffle up the objectives for the new Halloween expansion. And it's going to be, looks like it's going to be the 7 candy. So when someone reaches getting 7 candy, they'll get the 7 points. And then anyone else subsequently after that will get the 3 points. So I'm going to go over the rules shortly on how you get these candies, how you build the states, how you also put numbers onto your scoring sheet. So in this game, we're actually, if you see, there's 3 different starting decks here. And we're going to shuffle these cards and divvy them out into 3 relatively equal piles. We'll see how that works. So, Judge, how you make this? Judge, this is your first time playing Welcome to, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So Judge is a big cartographers fan.
Yeah, definitely. That game is awesome.
So I know with people who, if you've played cartographers, this is gonna, I wouldn't necessarily say it feels something like it, but it is a flip and right in that sense that you will understand how to play as we go. So let's kind of divvy these out somewhat evenly. Looks like we got a lot of fences today. This game, you know what? Yeah, so we'll see. So we kind of even out these decks. See if there's some
special over here. Carlos with shuffling like that, right?
Carlos, actually, I shuffled some of it before I got on screen. You know, that kind of has the prep work beforehand. Or were you impressed by my shuffle? That's the thing. So I'm going to turn over the first 3 starting hands and explain how this works. So I'm going to actually be using the app. I'm going to actually pull my iPad out here so you can kind of see how the app does work. It works very good. It's free, which is a good thing. I always like free. So the app is fairly simple. Everything's here. You just tap and fill in what you need to fill in as you go. You can put whatever number you're actually filling in. Hit enter, like tap on the number. It'll fill it in automatically for you. But for those that are filling out on the paper sheets that we downloaded, here goes your paper sheets as well. And you're going to have some filling of houses here and filling down here. So how this game works, there is also some instructions here as well on the player mat. But every round, there's going to be cards that are going to be flipped over, and you're going to have a selection of 3 different numbers and 3 potential different actions below. Every action works a little bit differently. Excuse me. So the idea of this is scoring points by filling these rows out with numbered houses, giving them a number, and you have to go in ascending order. So the furthest left house should be your lowest number, and they should increase as you go along. Same thing here. So pretty much you can have 1 all the way up to 15. That's how the deck is. These cards in this deck are distributed. There are fewer number 1s, fewer number 15s, and when you get into the middle, you're going to have more numbers, of course, of disparity within those numbers. Again, down here, again, 1 through 15, 1 through 15. And how this will work is this is going to determine how your score. So I'll keep the player sheet here. So as you go through, I'll use my, I actually have a little dry erase marker here so I can start writing. But let's say this is what was divvied up, and I want to select one of these numbers. So let's say I decide to select this number 3, and I want to write that number 3 right here in this specific spot. It also gives me a pool action. So I always have to pick the number and the action that is below the card. I can't say I'm going to pick 3 and then pick an action over here. So I'll go over the actions. The first one is the pool action. The pool action is fairly simple. I didn't write it incorrectly how I would have normally done it here. I would have probably written it here because what the pool action allows me to do, it allows me to circle a pool that is in where that house is at. So it'll give me points. And then at the very end of the game, at the end of the game, I look at my pool, and then I would cross out these pools. I would put a cross at the very end. So what this would mean is at the very end of the game, every pool that I have circled, it will be worth 3 points at the end of the game. So these numbers actually go in ascending order. So in the beginning, because I had no pools, it would have been 0 points, but every one that I circle will allow me to cross more pools out. Okay, so the more pools I fill in, the more I can cross this out, the more valuable pools are in the end game. Okay, let me actually refocus this. So that's how the pool action works. Now, you don't necessarily have to circle a pool. I could have put my 3 here if I wanted to and said, I'm going to wait to put the 4 or a 5 in that specific spot. So that's how the pool action works. So it says build a pool. If the lot you are building onto has a pool in the symbol, circle the pool, and then you're going to cross out or fill in the lowest number down here. The next one is called building fences. Building fences is going to work and help you create estates, which we talked about earlier, which is this scoring condition over here. So at the beginning of every street, there is already a built fence. So there is a fence already built here, and there's a fence built here on every single street already. You can tell because it's a solid white line. Now, if you see, there's dotted lines in between every single house on the block. So if I was to take a fence action, let's for example say this was a number 3 and it was a fence, I could have wrote my number 3 here, and I could have drew a line showing that I built my fence there. But the fence does not have to be drawn here. The fence can in essence be drawn down here if I wanted to. So how I draw my fences work is they're going to help me build estates. So this is saying that I need one estate that is 4 houses. Now this means 4 houses filled in with numbers, and a fence at the beginning of that the first house, and a fence at the end of the 4th house. So for example, if it was this one here, I would have, for example, numbers here, numbers here, numbers here, numbers here, and then a fence there. So that would complete my number 4 estate. And then it's another one estate. So this would count for another 1 estate. And I would have to have 2 more to complete this objective card. All right. So that's how the fences work. Very simple. You just pick your number and build a fence anywhere you want. All right. The forest action, or they call it the park action. I'm sorry. So all it is you just cross off a park on any street. So we would look at right here, there are parks. There's a park here. There's just little circle spots on these top of the streets. They start at 0 and they go further and further. So what I would do is I get a park action. I would just cross off one of the lowest numbered park on that street. Let me actually show you guys. So I would, in essence, get a forest action. I would cross this one off. And then later in the game, maybe I want to cross this one off here if I get another forest. And I'm trying to build up as I go along. So that means at the very end of the game, I'm going to score some points when we count up points for my forests, or parks, sorry. I would score 2 points because this is the lowest value that's visible. And then I would get 6 points here and then 0 points. So a total of 8 points just for parks. So that's how the park action works. Okay. Then the next we have is this income action, or it's an increase of estates. So at the very bottom of the board here, you'll see different values of estates. And how it works is we're talking about building estates. And you're going to score some points at the end of the game for how many estates you have of certain sizes. So if you look here on the board, if I have a couple 1 estates, all my 1 estates will start in the game. There'll be 1 points, 2 points, and so increasingly depending on the size of my estates. Now, if I was to, for example, let's say I picked this 5. All right, let's refocus again. Oh, refocus. All right, everybody knows, okay, this is a 5 and this is that. We'll get the focus and going shortly. So if I pick this income action, what I can do is I can write my 5 somewhere on my board and then take the income action, and down below on my player board, I can just cross off any one of these boxes. Let's say I'm going to build a bunch of 4 estate blocks. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use my income action to start crossing these off. So at the very end of the game, let's say I was able to cross these 3 off. At the very end of the game, all of my estates that are 4 houses large will allow me to get 7 points for each of them. Okay. So that's how that works. All right. The next action is the construction action, which is here. It looks like just a construction symbol. How that would work is all you're going to do is put your number in, and then at the very bottom here, you would cross off a construction. Actually, sorry, let me revert back. So let's say this was a 3 construction. All right, it has this symbol. Instead of writing 3, I could write a number that was up to 2 value less or 2 value more. So I can write in a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5, whichever I needed. Okay. Now, you can go as low as 0, and you can go over 15. Okay. You just can never go negative. This is very important because it allows you to start filling in some numbers, because as you're filling in numbers on your street, while you do have to go in numerical ascending order, you cannot have doubles next to each other. So I can't have an 8 next to another 8 or a 6. It's got to be a different number next to each other. That's where the last action comes into play, which is the BIS action, the Bis action. How the Bis action works is if you do take this action, you can actually duplicate any number on your map. So if you had this 5 here, like I wrote a 5 earlier, I could now, let's say I had this, for example, 7 with this BIS action. I could write my 7 down here. And then for the BIS action, let's say I'm going to write another 5 here, but then I'm going to write BIS to show that I use that action. All right, so this shows that I use BIS. And then down here, what I would do is I would cross out under the BIS. So how this works is the more BIS actions that you use, being that it is a very powerful action, it actually gives you negative points at the very end of the game. Okay, so the more BIS actions you use, you get negative points at the end of the game. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. All right, it's very, very important that you pretty much are very careful in how you do your BIS actions. All right. Now, with the Halloween expansion, there's going to be a couple different things if you notice on your player mat. All right, let's see if I can. There we go. All right. So on your Halloween player mat, you're going to see that there are some candies. There we go.
Candy corn and some ghosts.
Some candy corns and some ghosts. So how that would work is when you fill out a number on a house that has one of those two, you get to circle one of those corresponding things, either the ghost or the candy. Up at the very top of the player board, you'll notice that there's a 4 value candy corn all the way up to a 9. And then same thing over here, a 4 value ghost all the way up to a 9. What would happen in this situation is the very first person to get 4 candy corns circled on the board is going to, in the chat, just say, I have 4. I have 4 candy corn. All right.
Okay.
Now, what that would mean is at the very end of the game, you're going to get 5 points. Okay. If you're the first person to get 9, you get 15 points. The trick is you can only get one of the 3 rewards. So if you got the reward for 4 candy, you can't go for the 9. So it's a risk reward thing. Do I want to go for 9 and be the first one to get 9? Or do I say I'm going to take the guaranteed points and go for the 4 right now? All right. So that's where it comes into. Now, other people can get the 6 or the 9, whatever the case may be. The same thing is going to work like we talked about completing these, I guess, in essence, contract cards or fulfillment cards, is if multiple people do it in that round, multiple people will get that. So if, let's say it was Carlos, me, we all got it. We would all in the chat, we would say, hey, I got the 6 candy. So everybody would get the points for the 6. The ghosts work the same way, but the ghosts have some pretty powerful actions. If you decide to circle a ghost, once someone gets the 4 ghosts, you have a choice to either circle any pool on your board. It doesn't have to be a filled in, doesn't have to be a numbered house with a pool. It can just be any pool that you want to circle, you fill it in. Now, you can get the pool or the park action. So you can either circle a pool or fill in or cross out one of these parks. That's the 4 ghost action. The 6 ghost action is either 2 pools or a BIS action without the penalty. So you wouldn't have to cross out down here on the BIS board. Okay. The 9 ghost is going to be 3 parks or a 2 different BIS actions without the penalties. All right. So anybody in chat have any questions at all about how we're doing it? Most likely have seen it. Judge, any questions at all?
I'm using the app too. So what will we do about the BIS? Is it just something that I need to?
So once you do a BIS, so let's say I was going to place in, if you notice once you tap on it, so that on the app, on the left there's an X, but on the right there is this little thing. If you tap that, that would. Oh, I'm sorry. That actually closes it off. Sorry, that's your closing your fence off.
State thingy.
Yes. So if let's say I do the 8 there. Let's say when you're getting ready to do another next to it, I can actually do the 8 BIS here. All right.
Hold up. Oh, so it's only when you do. Oh, yeah, when you do the same number next.
Correct.
To something.
Correct. Okay, so if I wanted to make that 8, and I'm saying use that BIS, it automatically would give you that action. Now, if you notice when you do BIS actions, you cannot have fences in between houses that are using the BIS action. Okay, so if there's an 8 and then an 8 BIS, you cannot have a fence in between it. All right. The other thing as well is when you're completing these contracts, for example, let's say I do the 4 estate, the 1 estate, the 1 estate. Once you complete and use the 4 estate for that, you couldn't. Sometimes we might be using multiple cards here, might have a 4 estate. You couldn't use that same 4 estate to complete another 4 estate on another card. So it's not going to come into play here, but for future games, things like that, that's how that will work. Pretty much the game ends when one of the stack of cards is empty or one of the 3 different end conditions occurs. And I'm going to read it from the basic curse. It says, the player counts their points. All right. So the end game conditions, right, are as such. So we're going to count all of our points, and then we will go through. So, sorry, that's my advanced variance. So we're going to see once I think it's all 3 of the cards are completed, that is an end game trigger. All right. And then let me see if I think I got a message in chat. Any other chat? Oh, look at Maggie and Amy over there, I think, are themer. I don't know, guys. Do you guys have Halloween in Down Under? You guys celebrate Halloween? Say yes, say no. So Carlos, Judge, you so far pretty good with this?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, ladies. How you guys doing?
All right. So if you look at the game ends when a player builds all their houses. So you filled out your entire board. That's one way. Another way is when any one player has completed all of these city plans. And then last is if a player takes 3 actions, attempts to put numbers onto their board, but they cannot fulfill that board. So let's say a card's drawn, I can't put any of these numbers onto my board. Over here, there's going to be a spot where you would cross off and say, hey, I couldn't do it, so I'm going to cross this off. All right. How that would work is that's kind of like also a time as well. So once you couldn't complete 3 different numbers into your thing, that would kind of trigger finish ending the game. All right. So nothing really big there. Maybe a few private parties. I'm pretty sure with the COVID, the lockdown, I know you guys are opening up slowly. There's probably not a lot of things going down if there's really not that big as well. So we'll see. But no questions, Judge?
No, I'm good. It's pretty much forward. We got the app, so it's going to do the score for me.
Oh yeah. So that's a good thing. All right. So we'll start off with these here. Since it's already here, it's already set up. That's how it'll go. All right, let's start filling it out. So I'm going to, on my board, I'm going to take the 3 Pooh. And then, So in the app, it'll give you the option. Once you fill out the Pooh, for example, it'll say
the thumbs up, right?
Thumbs up. Are you using a Pooh action? Yeah, so that's as simple. It's as simple as that. And then that's it.
Okay.
All right. So for anybody who's going to be watching this later and kind of just wants to tabulate their scores, so I'll do a round 1. We have a 7 BIS. a 5, I'll call it the income, and a 3 pool. All right. My good friends at Think Your Themer, if you guys want, you can come back and watch this and actually play it, after you guys are done recording. I know they said that they were recording tonight, so unfortunately they couldn't join in and partake with this tonight.
Fully understand.
All right. So let me actually kind of get some good things going here. All right. So the next round, we're going to see what round 2 would come and be. So we've got a 12 park. We've got a 6 income. And we've got a 3 fence. So any of those, I'm going to start typing this in chat as I do this. So round 2, we've got a 12 park, 6 income, 3 fence. All right.
Yeah, I put a 12 park. I can put a 12 park somewhere.
All right. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do a 3, and then I will put a fence somewhere. All right. Next one. You good on that, Judge?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we've got a 7 income, a 15 income, and a 13. Oh, it's all incomes. All right.
So when you say, it says when you use the pool ability, it says what? Build the pool. If I can't read that card.
Oh, down here. So if you take the pool ability, you build a pool. I mean, meaning you circle it. And then after you circle the pool, you come down to the bottom of your player board, and you would have to fill it in. But in the app,
it does it automatically.
It automatically does it for you.
Okay, so I don't got to worry about that. All right.
Yeah. So.
All right.
So they call listen, I told you.
You're not lying, though. You're not lying.
On the top of this shelf, guys, it's like all play mats. So that's kind of how it works here. All right. So let's look. So we're going. All right. So we got 7. So we got 7. Okay. Round 3. 7. I'm just put 7, 15, and 13 all income actions. All right. So again, the income action, you choose what down below you want to and add an income action to. So I'm going to do a 15. I'll put that 15 here. And then this is where you, at the very bottom, Judge, you have to click on that check mark for the score sheet in the app. It'll bring up the score sheet, and then you select, cross out where here you want to add do one of those actions.
One of the incomes?
Yes. So for example, just to show you, I'm going to do it on my number 1 houses. So I'm just going to tap on the number 1 and then hit a plus. It automatically circles that out.
Okay.
All right. So if you did it like that. All right.
7.
So let's look at round 4.
And we only do gates when we have the gate ability when it pops up, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
And the park action always goes on the same street that the number is associated to it.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to take that 14. But I'm also going to take that park action on that street. All right. So we've got a 14 park, 2 income. You know what? I'm actually not going to take that 14 now that I think about it. I'm going to take that 2.
That's what I grabbed. Oh, no, I didn't. I grabbed the 9.
I'm going to take it 2. So 2 income, 9 income. All right, let's go down here. Let's see where I'm going to do this. All right, we'll do that there. All right. Okay, next round 5. We've got a 9 pool, an 11 income, and a 5 construction. So this is where the construction gets pretty cool. You can make make it up to a 7 or as low as a 3. Okay, so we've got a 9 pool, 7 income, and a 5 construct. There we go. You know what? I am going to take.
I think I'm gonna take that 5 construction.
Remember, as you're going through, don't forget to circle your candies.
Yeah, yep. I'm marking them.
All right. So we did that. All right. Next round. 4 BIS and 8 pool or a 13 park. So round 6. 4 BIS, 8 pool, 13 park. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go. I'll take that 13 and I'll do a park. Why not? All right. You good on that round?
Yeah, I'm gonna just take the 8 pool.
I'll tell you that you'll learn that as you play this game more and more, like whatever kind of strategy you have just changes. I know a lot of people go for pools or they go for parks. Delilah just masters it. So whatever it is, whatever
she's cooking,
whatever strategy she selects, she wins. So that's how I look at it. All right. So we've got a 10 with the fence, a 7 income, a 5 BIS. I think I'm going to take that 10.
We can't take the same thing, can we?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. This whole time. All right. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, everything's open to everyone because this game can go up to 100 players or even more sometimes. So this is round 7. We've got a 10 fence, 7 income, 5 yes. All right, so I'm going to put that fence right there. All right, so next round 8. We've got 15 construct, round 8. 15 construct, 4 fence, and a 8 BIS. All right. You know what? I'll take the 17 and go with the construct. And construct actions are good because whoever has the most at the very end of the game, I probably missed it. I always miss telling stuff. So whoever uses the most construction actions will get 7 points, then 4 points, then 1 point. That's how it divvied up to the first 3 people. So that's how that would work. All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, next round. All right, so we're looking at round 9. We got a 6 construction, an 11 fence, and a 4 fence. So we've got round 9. We've got a 6 construct.
And a 4 fence.
11 fence.
I'll take the 4 fence. Let's see here. Shwoople. Oh, yeah.
You and me both. I'll take the fence on that one too. All right. So, round 10. And at a 3 fence, a 10 income, and a 1 park. So we're looking at round 10.
Taking that 1 park.
3 fence, 10 income, and a 1 park.
So, all right. So just so I understand the income again.
How the income works at the very end, if you select to use one of those income actions, when you go to your score sheet at the bottom, you can mark off. You can mark, like I took 2 income actions. So I used the first income action to put it here on the 1, and the second income action I put it under the 4. So that means that
if you meet that requirement.
Yes. Well, if you create a level 4 estate, it'll be worth more points at the very end of the game.
Got you. Okay, got you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that. Then I'm gonna take that 10.
Okay. Round 11.
There we go.
All right, so we've got, and then you can also look in chat. I'm going to be flipping these over. So we're in round 11. We've got a 14 income of 5 BIS and another 1 pool. Which I know where that 1 pool is going.
Wow.
Take that.
Yeah, I'm taking that too.
All right. And then we're going to go to the next round, round 12. We're looking at a 7 pool, a 9 income, and a 12 pool. So round 12, 7 pool, 9 income, 12 pool.
Okay,
Okay, I'm going to take the, what do I want? I'm going to take the 9 and go for income. All right. Next round. An 8 fence, a 7 pool, and a 6 park. All right, so we got a round 13, 8 fence,
7, 6 park,
7 pool, 6 park. All right.
Take that 106 park, baby. Take it back. Take it back at the time.
All right. So let me go with. I'm gonna go with the 8. And I'll do a fence there. All right. Next round, round 14. A 7 construction, a 9 pool, and a 15 fence. So we've got a 7. Let me get my round correct. Round 14. 7 construct, a 9 pool, 15 fence. Which that 15 fence is kind of looking pretty good, but so is that 7 construct.
Oh no.
7.
I'm gonna take the 7 fence. I mean the 7 construct.
I'm right there with you.
And then
Actually, I'm gonna use it as and I'm gonna make just for giggles, I'll make it a 6.
I made mine a 5.
And don't forget to cross off.
Yeah, I marked it.
Construction at the bottom. All right.
Yes.
All right. So I've completed this objective here. All right.
Which one is that one?
So it's the 4 estate house, the 1, and then 3 different 1 estate houses. So if you can see, I have a 4 estate house here.
And then 3 1 estates.
Yeah, so this is kind of just lets me know hitting this closes it off that I've used those estates already.
Okay.
So if you tap to the top, because you can't use them subsequential. So once I do that, I can score down here and then just show that I've completed number 2. So I was the first person to do it. So it and I actually just put the points. So it would be 9 points.
Oh, and then that's where you put the number. Okay.
Yeah. And then you flip it over, and now you can still get 5 points when you complete it.
Gotcha. And what's the other 2 again? 7
candies, and then here is filling out the houses at the beginning and the end of each block.
All right. Well, I have the 7 candies.
You have the 7 candies? All
Yeah.
right. So you've already
That's number
completed.
3.
Yep. So you completed that.
Give me
And then you flip it over. And then in here, what you do is you tap here and then just hit. That's it. No, that's if you're going to do. So if you're going for the 9 candies, you can hold off and be the first ones to get the 15 points.
Right.
If you want to do the 6, you can get that one. So.
Got you.
Do you know how many candies I have? I don't even know how many. Let me see.
Yeah, I had a.
All right, I think I know how many I have. Okay. All right, let's go. Round 15. Flipping 4 park, 13 BIS, and a 5 BIS.
So when you get the bridge cards, the bridge cards, can you put the bridge anywhere? Does it have to be attached to the number that you're putting it?
What do you mean? The BIS?
No, the bridge. I keep saying bridge. The fence.
Oh no,
the fence.
The fence can be on any block. Yeah.
Gotcha. So now I know that.
4 park.
Taking 4 in that park.
Ain't playing. 5. Yes. The park. If you do the park does have to be in the same block as where you put the number.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna take the 4. I'm gonna go there. All right. Now we're going round 16. 14 park, 13. Oh, that one's mixed in. Oh, what's that? 13 fence and a 3 park. So we've got a 14 park, 13 fence. Park.
Take that 13 fence. And then put the fence. Okay.
All right. Round 17. With a 4 BIS, an 8 park, and an 11 park. So we've got a 4 BIS.
8 park.
Park. Oh, that's a solo.
So
So 4 park, 8 park, and an 11.
11 park.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, good brother? What's up, good brother?
Buddy Mike over at Pentry Games. What's the family doing? You guys gearing up? Anything special for Halloween tomorrow? No, we're not big Halloween people, but we have, I don't know, with our daughter, we decided to do a dress up. My brother-in-law is hosting a little Halloween party. So we're going as a little Monsters Inc. family thing. So I'm going to be Sully. My wife's going to be Mike Wazowski. And my daughter's going to be, so she's got a little Boo costume. We're in the process of finishing making that. Big shout outs to my mom who's been helping us out with that big time. I know my sewing skills, I have them, but they're kind of rusty. So my mom just took over. All right, let me see. Did I do this? Let me see if I even did this for. No, I did not do this action. All right, let me see really quick. I'll take an 11 park, I believe. I'll do that. Yeah, why not? All right. So, next one. All right, so we got a 6 income, an 8 construction, which can obviously go up to a 10, or as low as a 6, and then a 5. We've got a 5 income. So this is at around 18. Got a 6 income, 8 construct, and a 5 income.
I need to start with some gates.
Awesome.
I mean fences. I need some fences.
We're going as the Winnie the Pooh crew. So, Mike, tell me, are you Pooh? Tell me, or Tigger? Since we're on the topic of Winnie the Pooh, favorite Winnie the Pooh character, Judge?
Yeah, Tigger.
Tigger. All right, me. I am a huge Eeyore fan. I know my wife and I, when we started dating, we've been started dating back when. Oh, you're Tigger and Kanga. Nice. Oh, Kangas is just fitting, right? She's already got one in the pouch. Awesome. Yeah, I know when we started dating, we started dating her senior year of high school. And she went on her senior trip, brought me back an Eeyore. So I still have that to this day. 15 years later, it's on my desk at work. 15. Wow. Time flies, Judge. It does.
I got the 9 candies.
You got the 9 candies. All right. So you mark that off that you've got that. So
yeah,
I can still potentially get any of the other ones. Let's see. So we're gonna go. Sorry, I didn't even look what I'm gonna go with the construct, and I'll do a 6, and we'll put the 6 here. And we'll go with the construct. Boom. All right.
Oh yeah.
Now,
mark that.
So round 19.
Yep.
All right. So you've got that one. All right.
Oh my gosh, bro.
All right.
Can it be a 0?
Yes, you can. You can take something that it's not on there, but you can use a construct, yes, to make it a 0 if you wanted to.
Perfect. That's what I'm gonna do then.
So we're around 19. We've got an
I'm gonna use it.
8 park, 9 BIS, 1 construct. That 8 park is looking really good right about now. And I'll take it. All right.
Need some fences, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I know that looks There goes a fence for you. All right, so round 20.
There you go.
We've got an 11 income, a 7 park, and a 10 fence.
10.
Yeah, ours is a family party as well, Mike. Should be pretty fun. I don't think I've dressed up for Halloween since I was in college. Long time ago.
We ain't even doing nothing. Girls are we going paintballing tomorrow.
Nice. What?
With her family.
Something. That's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, paintballing's fun. I miss going paintballing. So I'm gonna take that. Well, I need fences, right? Yeah, let's go with a
whole bunch of fences.
All right, let's put a fence somewhere. We'll put one there. Boom. All right. Next, 9 fence, a 9 pool, and a
11 fence.
Man, doing that 10 where I put it at really kind of hurt me. Round 21. Yeah. All right, so we've got a 9 fence.
An 11 fence.
9 pool. And 11.
We'll go 11 fence. 11. And then I'm going to put this fence in.
You know what? I'm going to go 11 there. We'll put a fence here. So I took the 11 fence. I'll take it. Round 22. You good for me to flip?
Yeah.
All right, I'll start flipping. We're at a 10 park, a 10 construct, and a 6 BIS.
Oh my!
I mean, that 6 income. Sorry,
6 income.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got a 10 park. Boom, boom, boom. 10 construct, and a 6 income.
6 income.
Take that up to a 12, and I'll do that. And I'll do the ghost.
All right.
All right. Round 23. 6 park. We'll look 12 fence. And a 12 fence.
Okay, 12 fence.
Round 20. Round 20. So we got 6. Park. 12 fence. 12 fence. 12 fence will work well for me. Let's see. I'll do that, and then I will do here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, round 24. So let's shuffle this here. Start back over. I mistakenly said that when one of the decks was done, that's actually part of the solo rules. Again, it's when one player completes all 3 of these, or has filled in the entire board, or again, could not do it. All right, so we got I got to flip these over. Yep, so it was a 6 park. So we've got an 8 fence. So we got round 24. We've got an 8 fence, 7 BIS, and an 8 income. I remember last game I was using all those BISs and they were like killing me.
What did I put on these things?
Okay. But I'll take an 8 fence and I'll put one there. Okay. All right, round 25. Looking at a 2 fence.
There we go.
A 13 fence and 11 constructions.
13 fence. Put that puppy right there. How we getting somewhere?
All right. So I'll take that 13 fence as well. And I'm going to go around 26.
Oh, shoot.
So looking at a 9 construct, an 8 construct, and a 7 park.
Okay, giving us some love. I'm going to take that 7 park.
Okay. Oops. That 9 can go all the way to a 10, or the 7 down to a 5.
No, 7's a park.
Oh, park. That's right. Sorry, my mistake. 8 to a 10, or down to a 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go to a 10. All right, and I'm going to go ghost. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, next round, round 27. Boom. At an 8 pool. A 12 pool.
Give me something good.
Yeah. All right. Quick shuffle and an 8 BIS. So let's write this out. So we've got an 8 pool, 12 pool, and an 8 BIS. All right. I'm liking pools, but there's no spot for my pools where I want them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the numbers that we've gotten. Ugh, that's rough. I guess I've got to take this 8. And to be honest, I can't fit anything. So that's the first cannot fill. All right. For me. That stinks. I didn't manage myself correctly.
I'm about to be on that same boat though.
So again, once I guess you can't fill out a certain amount of times, you're going to lose quite a bit of. We gave you quite a bit of points. So that's what I like about this game. It's super easy, but it's also has that management strategy of having to manage your entire park of how you do things. So we're going to do an 11 pool, a 13 income, and a 4 fence.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so I've got an 11 pool, a 13 income, and a 4 fence.
11.
Gonna have to take the 4 and do the ghost. That will give me a fence somewhere. Where do I want the fence at? I'll put the fence here. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to do the 6 ghost action now. So let me just put my 6 ghosts, and I'm going to circle 2 pools. So I'm going to circle 2 pools here, another pool there. And then I get to do a BIS action somewhere without the issue. And I am going to do a BIS action here and make it a 17 BIS.
13 income.
Actually, you know what? I won't take the BSI. I'll put the BIS section here. We will take a candy, and then we'll make it a... Oh, that's right. I can't do the BIS section there. So we'll do it here. Yeah.
I did the 13 income, which put a house on each side on each street. I don't know if you want to see it. But.
This one here? This number 1?
Yeah.
All right, nice. So you got 7 points for that one. So just on your score board at the bottom, just put 7 points.
This number 1?
Yes. Okay. All right, it's coming down to that end. So once you complete this, that would be the end of the game.
Okay, right. And then what is that one's 3-1 estates and then 1-4? Correct.
Okay. So I am still off on the candies. I don't think I'll be able to get the candies. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 candies. I could potentially get it. I'm almost done completing that. All right, let's go. So did you see Mike's comment? So Mike says he needs you to come play test their new game. It's actually really, really fun.
You already know I'm down. You already know I'm down. I am all the way down.
So 8. So we got an 8 income. 8 income. And a 13 construct. I'm going to take that 13 construct, make it a 14. Nice.
Oh, that's construct. Whew. I can make that 11, right?
Yeah, 11 or all the way up to a 15.
Okay, 11.
How's the stream coming out? Is it looking decent? Let me see if I can even do this. It makes it.
Yeah, that actually looks really good.
All right, so we'll show it out there. All right. Yeah, that way we don't have to worry about showing us all the time. Our ugly mugs. Well, at least my ugly mug. at least my ugly mug. Let me speak for myself. Sorry, guys. I do. Me and Judge like to bust on each other. We're good friends, but we would like to make it civilized here on the lobby of hobbies.
Right.
We've got nothing but love for each other. So we've got a 9 fence, a 5 BIS, a 7 fence. So, and again,
so and that completes my my tasks. I now have the other tasks. Yeah, I got three individual and then one with 4 right next to it.
Nice. All right, so that would be the game. So you're going to get 5 points on that one.
5, okay.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yep. So in that round, I'm doing the candies for the things, and I only got 6 candies? All right, so I only got 4 of them. That would give me
5 points, I think.
Yeah. All right, so I think I did my things incorrectly.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I think how I crossed it off, it should be crossed off the opposite way. So let me switch everything up. So on the app, how it works. So I think I did. Let me make my ghosts. I think I accidentally made my ghost corns because it didn't calculate my points that way.
Yeah, the one I picked, it just crossed off the other one.
Gotcha.
So like all the candies I got, my ghosts are crossed off, but the one ghost that I got has the candy crossed off.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candies, which would give me 5 points, and then I had the ghosts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ghosts. Allowed me to do the 2 pools. All right, so going into the actions, I have a total of 79 points.
Okay.
You probably blasted me getting all 3 of those cards.
How do I calculate the construction thing? Because I know I have 4 dots that I use.
All right, so I have 5.
Do I touch the 4?
I'll get the 7 points, and you get the 4 points.
Got you.
All right, so that helps me out a little bit. I feel a little bit better now. So I'm at 86 points.
Oh, nice. I'm actually at 97.
Yeah, I knew that. Those 2 cards. So these, even the 7 more points wouldn't have done.
My income, I did like 4 incomes too, which once I started filling in the because that's what I needed fences. If I didn't get the fences, I would have been shot.
Yeah. Yeah, those fences. I was accumulating the 4s, and then like when I saw the incomes to make my 4s more expensive, I just couldn't get it. But it worked out well. So how do you like that one?
No, it's cool. It was real easy, especially from the app version.
App makes it really, really good.
Yeah,
that's cool because they even have the dry erase boards as well, which I like for the original version.
Yeah,
but there's one for Halloween, Christmas, Easter. So we'll be throwing one for Christmas. I'm not sure if there's a Thanksgiving one. Let me see what I got here. I've got a zombie outbreak. I've got a doomsday.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I've got a Winter Wonderland. So holiday season, Christmas, we'll be doing the Winter Wonderland one.
Yeah, I seen that too. Yep, they got winter, ice cream, truck, zombie, doomsday, Easter egg hunt, and base game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. So, all right. Thank you so much, guys, for those that were able to come through, sit through with us, and learn this. Like I said, the game was very quick. Sorry for having us set up and everything else, get everything together, give us some time. I appreciate the time for those that did come through. For those that are in, thank you so much. Lobby of Hobbies, like I said, we're fairly new. We've been starting up. We do run a podcast every other Monday. So we are going to be dropping an episode this upcoming Monday, 11 a.m. You can actually catch us out on iTunes, Spotify, Google, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and just search the Lobby of Hobbies. We're on there. This upcoming Monday's episode, we're going to be talking about games like we always do. But we're going to be hitting up a good topic. We're going to be talking about, a little bit of mental health, things like that. People especially have been struggling through this time. I know personally, me and Jez, we always talk. We were friends outside of just doing Lobby Hobbies. we're local friends here in South Jersey, but we get together, we kind of keep each other accountable, we help build each other up, we build our friends up, we build our families up, which is important. They build us up as well. So we're talking a little bit about that, get a little bit serious topic, but again, also how our games kind of been helping us, get through those tough times as well, along with our families, our loved ones, things like that. So yeah, it's a little bit on the touchier side, but you know what? Here at Lobby Hobbies, we like to be real with you. That's the idea. Our transparency, we want our transparency to breed authenticity. All right. That's the idea. We want to be authentic with you guys. We don't want to be fake, phony. That's just how we are in person. So what you see here is, we hope that's what you're going to see when you actually see us in person. That's the idea of it. But for those that are listening, those that are watching this later, I want to thank you guys for coming through. You can catch us on Facebook. Just search the Lobby of Hobbies on Facebook, which it will take you to our Facebook podcast page where we post all our links on things that we're writing, episodes that we're putting together. But then we'll also have a Facebook group where you can join the Facebook group that'll allow you just to connect with the community, some of our personal friends, but also just friends that we've got a chance to meet within the community that are always talking, posting about games. Go in there, post about anything, post about any type of hobby. There's people that are always talking about stuff on there as well. So we have an episode dropping on this upcoming Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. But we also are going to be on Election Day. I will be. I know Judge is going to be working on Election Day at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I will be sitting down for a live interview with Jamie Stegmeyer from Stonemeyer Games. So come through, get up in the chat, ask some questions. If there's some time, we definitely have a chance to ask some questions or leave some questions there for Jamie to answer. But we want to thank you. It will be live on YouTube on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Again, thank you guys for coming through. Judge, anything you want to leave for the people before we head out?
Thank you guys for coming through. Thanks, Mike, for hanging out with us. Thanks, Carlos, for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you guys. And to answer your question, Mike, I know you had a question really fast. That's a dope game. I remember playing when I was a little too Mousetrap. There's a game, I forget the name of the game, but I bought a game at PAX with Jazz, and it was a kid's game, and all the kids have to do is roll the dice, whatever color it is. They put the fruit in the basket. If they get the bird moves up until if the bird leaves, we lose as a team.
It's called, I know My First Orchard.
There it is. My First Orchard. So that game's amazing. The girls love it. They pulled it out the other day by themselves and was playing it like the correct way. They weren't throwing them or nothing like that. So it was amazing to watch that. I actually FaceTime Jazz. I was like, Jazz, look at this. Somebody come look at this.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, so that's the game I'll be playing with them because that's the only game we got right now. I do plan on opening up their minds to a little bit different games. So yeah, I love it. So outside of that, man, that's really it. I really appreciate you guys for coming through again. Like I said, it's Friday. You could be doing anything else, hanging out with your family and all that, but you came and hang out with us, so we utterly appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys soon later. Just be sure, Jazz, I did email you my results in case we want to put it out there on Wix or Facebook, or like when this is live, like after we, put it in the comment section, just so you see how I got my points, or, you want to see, the tactic that we used. So awesome. If you want, I don't even mind writing something up for Wix and kind of putting my results on there too. Nice. It was a dope game. So, easy games that are easy, they're for me.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and then Carlos says no kids yet. Hey, one day, Carlos, we'll see, right? But it's good. Like I have a daughter. She is 18 months. All right, and personally, I've already started a little game collection. I think I have like 4 games in my collection for her. I think I got, like, for this past Christmas, I had a coworker who got me a board game. I forget exactly which one we got. It's probably it's actually down here, Hi Ho Cheerio, which is similar, I think, to My First Orchard, but it's a little smaller pieces. But it's good because I have nephews, nieces, like Judge's girls. They come over. We do play some really just light, easy games. I played this one with my niece, who is 6 years old. she's had some time. It's good because this is learning counting, learning putting things in the different baskets and the different fruits, the different colors, which is good, which is what I like about for my first orchard. But with Judge's family and his daughters, we've played Astro Trash, which is just rolling the dice, being able to move things left or right. Mike, Rhino Hero is on my list of games to add to my collection for my daughter.
I did
Yes,
see that in PAX too.
Yes,
I remember seeing that in PAX.
I do have games like My First Carcassonne, because although Carcassonne is a huge classic, my wife and I still to this day play that game. We have the travel edition, we have the regular edition, and we will take it with us when we go on, if we're going to take a plane flight somewhere, it's something we'll play in the airport. Obviously COVID, we're not flying that often right now anymore, but it's one of those games that we can take with us. We can, pack up the travel edition when we go camping or do activities like that. And it's just chill. We can, sit together, people grab whatever favorite beverage you want and it's relax, have a little bit of strategy, turn on a movie or a TV show and enjoy yourself playing games as you go, which I do like that about that one specifically. Yeah, there's a lot of good games out there for kids. I know, Mike, you've probably got a nice little collection over there. What about you, Mike? Any specific games other than Rhino Hero and playing Mousetrap with your son that you have within your collection that you could recommend to the listeners out there? Or for anyone else who wants to, when you see this video, just drop it down in the comments. These are things we like to talk about on our podcast. But the idea is just having stuff that's easy, very accessible. We did do an interview. Mike says he's got about 20. We did do
Sounds about right.
So we did do an episode with Lena and Josh over at Kids Table Board Gaming, and they have an awesome line of games that, yes, are geared towards children, but not necessarily just like kiddie games. They are geared towards families primarily. So this is like they describe the games as games that your kids can sit down, understand, enjoy, games that the parents can sit down with their children and not be like, hey, we're just playing Candyland, rolling dice and moving. But games that you're starting to teach kids about strategy and thinking things through, which is important. But then they also say that their game line, what they try to do is allow it to be where adults, when the kids go to bed, can have a nice light, very chill game to play as well. And yes, Mike, if that is actually My Castle Panic is on my Amazon cart list for my daughter. Like, she has one just for board games. We're big fans of Castle Panic. It's right here. It's like an old classic game, super easy co-op game that it never leaves our collection. Another one that I've had a lot of fun playing with nephews, nieces, just young kids in general. Pull it out here. The Hare and the Tortoise. It's part of the Baba games line by Yellow. I think it's not Baba Games, but it's like a couple different lines of these games. It's a nice little racing game where you have the tortoise, the hare, a fox, a lamb, and you're running, like pretty much running through this track that you kind of build, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And there's cards that you play that allow your characters to go in different spots, and of course, like the big bad wolf can scare people. The fox is a little bit more sly, the way he does things. Of course, the tortoise doesn't move as many spaces, but what's cool is that I think if I remember correct, it's been a while since I played it. Like the hare, if he moves too fast, if he gets out ahead of everybody, he can only go a certain distance ahead of everybody. So it's almost like in the children's story that you're reading, that the hare gets ahead of everybody and he just takes the nap and just kind of waits, and that's how he gets passed by the tortoise. So the game adds that cool mechanic to it, which is definitely one to check out. And Mike, you said My Little Side. That's not a kid's game. Judge and I
yeah, we definitely played that. Yeah, that was a dope game.
Judge and I played this. It was like three games back to back. We had to.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
It got crazy. Yeah.
And I think I just recently ordered the expansion for that to play that as well. It adds a couple more elements. I think it adds 2, more characters. And then I think it adds like a 6th player as well. So, but I'm going to get going. I have to help help my wife prepare for some things for our Halloween party that we're going to be going over to my brother-in-law's house tomorrow, getting those things done. But it's been nice chatting with everybody. Again, we enjoy having you guys out. Come check us out, the Lobby of Hobbies. Judge, it's always an honor. It's a pleasure just to get together with you, but also to get together and share some people. Pretty interesting. Mike says he's got a lot of 8+ as a kids game. What's funny is, I've noticed that I think someone was talking about it, a lot of kids games. I forget where I saw it on Facebook or if it was a YouTube video. That a lot of publishers are not necessarily posting games like as young as like 5-6 years old, because they kind of like get bunched into an area where it's like when you have, I don't know if you have games that are rated for younger audiences, then it pretty much means that you have to go through all those like, different avenues where you have to make sure that the board game pieces aren't too small, that kids can choke, and all those different hazards that could potentially happen because there's like a little things to jump over through. So I think a lot of publishers, they publish their stuff at 8+, but still it's accessible for kids that are 5-6 years old. So I guess ultimately it is, look at what your target audience is. If let's say you put it 8+, but sometimes there are some kids out there who are just natural brainiacs. Maybe one day my daughter at like the age of 3, she's ready to go play viticulture. So,
that'd be crazy. And knowing her, she would be. Knowing her, 2.5. I'll give her 2.5.
We'll see. Or maybe I'll design. I'm gonna talk to Jamie on Tuesday and be like, Jamie, are you gonna design a viticulture kids edition for my daughter's like 2.5, 3 years old talking?
There you go. That's it.
So it's been an honor, guys. Again, peace out. I guess from us at the Lobby of Hobbies, thank you for joining us. Again, our idea is enter, share, discover. We want hopefully that you were able to discover this new game. If it was your first time, you're watching this, again, we'll check you out on the flip side. Thank you so much, guys.
Peace out, good brothers.